Since it's a food galore season, some of you might be anxious about all those sweet desserts that you might not be able to eat much like me. I have one cake recipe to share. A guilt-free gingerbread bundt cake, made only with natural ingredients and spices, without any sugar, white flour, and processed dairy milk. Let's get started. First, I'm gonna prep the topping. I'll start with removing the seeds from the date. I use medjool dates. You can use any types of dates, but I suggest going for the soft ones. If you use medjool dates, you're gonna need to soak them in the water. Let it soften and absorb the water so it gives a caramel texture. Set them aside while we move on to the cake. Meanwhile, heat your oven under 180 Celsius. Now I'm gonna start with the wet ingredients. I have ripe bananas here. For this recipe, you're gonna need 3 bananas. This is the main sweetener and flavor to our cake. Add them to a medium-sized bowl and you're gonna need a masher. Or if you don't have, you can use a fork. Now mash the banana until it turns into a paste. Make sure you choose ripe bananas so it gives a soft base and a stronger banana taste. Once you're done, add eggs into the bowl. I used 3 medium-sized eggs for this recipe. Add 3/4 of Greek yogurt. I'm just gonna scrape the cup to clean it. Here I have 3 tablespoons of nut butter. I use almond butter, but you can use any nut butter you like. Now all the wet ingredients are set. Mix them with a spatula until fully incorporated. Alternatively, you can add the wet ingredients one by one and mix them gradually. Next, the dry ingredients. I have oat flour here. I'm adding 1¼ cup to the batter. Oat flour is a great source of carb due to its fiber content. Hence, it's my current favorite flour for making cake. And the gingerbread spice consists of cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, and cloves powder. And to leave the cake, here's 3 tablespoons of baking powder. Now give them another mix and fold continuously until they're evenly distributed. Now we are almost done with the cake. The fun part. Get your bundt pan. I'm using a Nordic ware bundt pan. It's non-stick and they have so many pretty pans that will make your cake look like it's coming from a fancy bakery. I'm not sponsored by this brand, it is just a personal preference. Lightly grease the pan with coconut oil just to make sure it comes off effortlessly. And gently pour the batter into the pan. Use one hand to pour and another hand slowly rotating the pan. And scrape the bowl to not miss any residue. It's time to bake! Bake for 40 minutes under 180 degrees in the middle rack. Meanwhile, let's get back to the topping. You'll need a blender to make this topping. Drain the dates and transfer them into the blender. And then add 3/4 cup of almond milk. Blend them until it turns to a caramel texture. You can adjust the thickness by adding the milk gradually and reach to the level that you prefer. There you have it. Check if the thickness is up to your liking. Add more milk if you need to. That's the cue for the next step. Bring the cake out gently. You can serve it while it's warm or keep it for 5 minutes in room temperature and only handle it once cold. I like my cake warm and freshly baked, so I'm gonna go ahead and flip it. Beautiful. My whole kitchen smells so heavenly from the spices. And for the finishing touch, scoop the date caramel on top of the cake. And sprinkle some sea salt. There you have it, a gingerbread bundt cake to satisfy your sweet tooth. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Hit the like button if you do and subscribe for more guilt-free recipes like this. Till next time!